Hello everyone and welcome to my review for Record of Ragnarok episode 9. We get the start of round 3 in this episode. I have some thoughts about it. Some very different thoughts than I had during the last episode. So, yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but let's get into detail about why that is exactly. We didn't get into really any of the fighting this episode. I mean, we got a little bit. We got Kojiro getting stabbed by Poseidon while he was predicting what would happen. But for the most part, this was more of a dialogue-focused episode. So really not too much animation to talk about. I know some of you really clever guys are going to say there's not much to talk about for most episodes anyway. But I digress. Not really much to say about that. I guess the art looked good. I think the art looks good in most of the show, but not really like any big action scenes to talk about. I didn't think there was anything bad in this episode, so there you go. Now, I do think this episode probably has the best directing out of any of the episodes so far. Both of the character intros were really good. I especially liked during Kojiro's introduction the way that they had the images of the other contenders for the greatest swordsman in history being almost like reflections in the water that are then, pushed away as Kojiro's boat rows through them. I thought that was really good. I hadn't even thought of doing that for an adaptation. I thought they may just have like the imagery in the background like it is in the manga. So they actually made a creative decision using the material from the manga and improved it for a moving medium. Holy shit. Yeah, that was really good. I think that was the real standout from like the directing standpoint. Voice acting. We got more of Kojiro's VA in this episode, of course, because Kojiro has more lines. And I like him. I think he's good. I think someone in the comments said that he voices Silverfang in One Punch Man. So yeah, the badass old anime man. This is a man with experience voicing such characters. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Then we have Poseidon. And oh boy, let me tell you, I don't think I've had such an immediate reaction to any of the casting choices as I've had for Poseidon. He spoke like one line, and I was like, there you go. Fucking perfect. Yeah, I had to look it up. He has the same voice actor as Griffith and Geto, which I think I found out like 6 months ago when we got a lot of details revealed anyway. So I don't know why I was surprised by that. I guess I somehow forgot. Forgive me for not remembering that 6 months later. But yeah, that may be the best casting choice they've made for like the whole season. Excellent. Exactly what I imagined Poseidon is sounding like. We got Adamas's VA, he was pretty good. The samurai who Kojiro knew, they were pretty good as well. Overall, voice acting, very strong. That, again, the sound design, most of the audio stuff involved in this anime is better than the visual stuff going on. Not that all the visual stuff is bad, it's just that the voice acting and soundtrack is just way better. Yeah. Speaking of the soundtrack, goddamn, Kojiro's theme, holy shit, did that hit all the right places. I was not expecting it at all. We just get Kojiro rowing on in, and then suddenly this old samurai movie music starts playing, and I'm like, holy shit, where did this come from? This is fantastic. It's a great OST. It's... I don't know if it's my favorite. It's a contender. It's either this or the Valkyrie theme. Very, very good OST. Hits all the right places. Yeah, so far, round 3, off to a very good start. I've heard some people say that round 3 is the best adapted of the 3 fights in this season. I've heard, like, not really anyone complaining about it on the internet, so I interpret that as a good sign. Yeah, I'm quite excited, because as I've mentioned previously, round 3 is my favorite fight. I know, I'm weird. A lot of people say Adam vs. Zeus is their favorite, which is probably why a lot of people are hating this anime, but for me, round 3, that's my top 1. So, yeah, needless to say, I'm fairly excited. Do I have high expectations? Maybe. I mean, I've already seen the quality of the anime, so I'm not expecting like any fucking Sakuga or anything like that. But you know, I'm hoping for the best. And also Kojiro is my favorite character. Probably. It's either him or Buddha. One of those two is my favorite. Kojiro's at the very least my favorite human fighter. So, yeah. I'm quite looking forward to this. Let's hope it's good. So, with that, that's all I have to say about Record of Ragnarok Episode 9. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Record of Ragnarok chapter reviews every month. We're getting a double chapter this month, so we'll have 2 reviews out next week at some point. And I'm going to be finishing up my anime reviews today. So you'll be getting 4 reviews today, I guess. Look forward to that. If you enjoy other series such as Jujutsu Kaisen and Kengan Omega, I do videos on those series as well, so if you're interested in those, you should definitely check out my channel. If you enjoyed discussing Record of Ragnarok with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I've linked that down in the description. And since it's the end of the video, it's time to give a shout out to my wonderful patrons, Archbear, CJ2K, Fuse, Neo, Dijon Redden, Anthony Chavez, Honey Mustard, Zach Rowitz, K-God, Chris Redfield, Scratch23, Moonshadow935, Rat, and Ryzen 4K. Thank you all very much for supporting me on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And if you too want to get a shout out at the end of videos or access to some extra content, you can always become a patron as well. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.